What's good, YouTube? I want to run down this trade. The Atlanta Hawks have traded with the Brooklyn Nets. They given a 2020 second round pick via Portland. That's their original pick. And the rights to Isaiah. I don't want to butcher his last name. He's a second round pick. They might waive him. And if he does play well in the future, they probably keep him on the roster. The Nets will send Hawks a 2025 second round pick and the rights to swap the pick with the Nets in 2023. For now, they basically getting Jeremy Lin, and now this should help the Hawks to a certain extent. I don't think they're gonna keep him. He's not a long term solution. He's coming off some injuries. His career has really fell off since the Linsanity. He had his moments. Then he's been basically getting one short year deals and basically fighting to stay in the league at this point. He hasn't really been the same. He gave you 18 points a game in the first game he played with the Nets, but even if you count his first season with the Nets, he gave you 43% from the field, 37 from three, 81 from the free throw line, 14 points a game. That's not necessarily bad if you add the 5 assists. He's not going to have a major role with any team that he goes to at this point, because at the end of the day, Jeremy Lin is fighting to stay in the league. This is usually most likely going to be a wave, and even if they did keep him, he's going to play limited minutes because they do have Trae Young, who they're trying to bring in and dominate the game for them in the future. And if they don't keep Trae Young, they still did just give an extension to Dennis Schroeder, and Dennis Schroeder gets a lot of minutes, and he basically is the offense because they only got Taurean Prince, Kent Bazemore. A lot of them guys need you to create shots for them. Yeah, they can knock down threes. Yeah, they still young and they still developing. Same with Dennis Schroeder, but I don't think this is a good move. If you're thinking about getting the best of the Jeremy Lin of old, he's not the same player. Yes, he can still play. We haven't really seen him since he's been out with that knee injury, so we can't really gauge how much he'll help or how much he'll hurt any team that he's on, even if he's not on Atlanta. But I think he still is an NBA player. I think he'll still be in the league for a couple more years, especially if he gets right and get just stay in the game. And he under contract, nothing they can really do but waive him. And then if they do, a team would definitely pick him up. He's a guy that can score in bunches, can run a pick and roll, a guy that's knows his role, stays humble, listen to what the coach does what's best for the team. Most of the time, he's best at when he's attacking the defense, keeping them honest and putting pressure on them to either collapse or let them get a layup or pull up jumper. So we'll definitely see where Jeremy Lin's career goes in the future. Right now, it didn't really work in Brooklyn. They moved on from him. I said that he wasn't going to be the franchise guy. He wasn't going to be that superstar. A lot of guys didn't like the video. They disliked it a lot, but I had to be honest. Jeremy Lin didn't really do anything in Brooklyn, even though he was hampered by a lot of injuries. There was a bad team. He was a bad team, good stats guy, because it wasn't really equaling to any wins, and he wouldn't be helping them win that much in Atlanta either. This team is trying to tank. They're going in a different direction. They're struggling to even get talent at this point. There was a 60 wins team a couple years ago. They let everybody walk away, traded a couple people, and even tried to be mediocre last year. It worked, but now they're just trying to rebuild all over again. So I don't think Jeremy Lin will help this process. You do get a second round pick in the player that you can potentially try out or just waive him for roster space or for salary cap purposes. So this trade is more or less like we're doing this to get ready for the next couple of free agencies and tank. And same with the Brooklyn Nets. They're not signing no superstar. They're not going after no superstars until next year or the year after that. So they want to keep their books flexible, have as much money available so they can give out max contracts to the guys that you want on your team. So at the end of the day, this is a deal that will matter more depending on who they sign and to matter more depending on what direction they're trying to go in the future. So right now, this move ain't going to make that much sense. Second round picks usually don't pan out that much, so don't really focus a lot on the second round picks. Sometimes they pan out, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you take a gamble, sometimes you take a risk, or sometimes you take the guy you like. And that's pretty much what this trade going to be. It's going to be a trade just for salary cap flexibility and for max cap space for the Nets and max cap space to tank for the Atlanta Hawks. So let me know what you guys think. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Got the t-shirts on my Facebook page. Click the link and send you to my website. Click the link and send you to my Facebook page, and like to show support. And also, I'm at Summer League, so if you see me, say what's up. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm gone, and let me know what you guys think about Jeremy Lin temporarily being with the Atlanta Hawks.